Welcome and congratulations, you've decided to get baby chicks. We're going to show you the best brooder setup step by step so you're confident and know exactly what they need, and we'll put a few tips and tricks along the way too for you. The first thing you're going to need is an actual brooder for them to be in. People have used totes, boxes, they can be containers. I was able to pick up a stock tank that has a crack so it's not waterproof, but with baby chicks it doesn't have to be. One thing to keep in mind is the height of the container. When the baby chicks are small, it sure doesn't seem to take much to be able to keep them from flying out or jumping out. So the container size is important, the height of it, and also these little guys need a couple square feet to be able to run around, and they're going to get bigger and bigger in the brooder. So keep that in mind as you select what brooder works best for you. Now we'll eventually need to put a top on it, so keep in mind after they start growing feathers, they will start to be able to fly a little bit, and the last thing you want is one of your little baby chicks to get out. You also want to keep them in a nice environment. I have a heated garage, so even if I get them early spring, they will be able to be in a mild temperature in the garage. Even with the heat source, you still want them to be in an ambient type temperature. You don't want it too cold for them. So you might want to use the basement of your house if you are in a colder environment, but somewhere where it's not going to be too extreme either way. And of course, the heat source will keep them nice and warm. Now let's talk, what are we going to put for the substrate? When the chicks are the first week, I like to put actually newspaper or paper towel down. The shavings sometimes can confuse them on what's food and what's not. Our chicks are a little bit older now, so we're going to use shavings. It doesn't take a bunch. You just want to be able to cover the bottom, something that they can scratch in. You don't need too deep of a layer to put in, but just a nice covering. That's going to help clean up the droppings. And you're going to want to keep this clean periodically because they are going to make a mess. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is a water source for them. I prefer a standard little chick water, and I also like to use a board just to get it above the shavings because they are going to be scratching. But you want to get a little chick water, something that they can get a drink out of, but something that they're not going to be able to totally immerse themselves in. They can drown themselves. They're not always the brightest. So you want to level this out, give them a little platform, and the water's ready to go. The next thing we need is some food and a food container. I like this little chick feeder. It's got room for their heads to go in there, but they can't go in and scratch all around in there. And believe me, it's just an innate thing. Chickens will scratch. But this opens up, put the food in. So we'll find a spot right here. Now with baby chicks, you're going to want to get them chick starter, and that's just going to be a really fine, high protein food that's great for them to begin with. So we'll just put the food in the tray. You can go right up to the edge. The other thing I like about this feeder is it has lots of spots for them to get at it. So there's plenty of room. No one has to get bullied out. And actually in the beginning, I'll leave it open when I first introduce the chicks just so they can kind of go in there and see its food. Not for too long, and then we'll close it up. Just got a little pinch pin, and then they know that's where the food is. Now when you're feeding chick starter, you do not need to worry about chicken grit. Later on, maybe 5-6 weeks down the road, if you start introducing treats and the chicks start getting into other things, then you can buy a little bit of grit, put that in there, and when the chicks digest that, they'll need that to process. But with the chick starter, you do not need the grit right away. The next thing we'll need is a heat source for your chickens. They need to be at 95 degrees when you first bring them home when they're just a day or two old, and then every week after that, they'll go down 5 degrees. An easy way to do this is with a chick heater that is a radiant heater, much safer than your heat lamps and much easier, but the chicks can self-regulate. I like to put it on a tilt. This one has arms that are adjustable, so it's a little lower in the back, a little higher in front. That allows them just to get the right spot. This little plate is going to be able to radiate down, and they can go in and out just like underneath mama. The other thing I like about this is a producer's pride. It's able to hang on a chicken coop later if you want to use that as another radiant source. So it can be a brooder or it can hang on the wall. And on the switch, there's a brooder and there's a heater side. So we want to make sure that's on brooder. And we'll place this right here in the back. And again, it's got a little angle. This a little taller here, a little shorter down there. Let's find the perfect spot, and they'll go in and out as they need and self-regulate. Now, as much as I love the heater, one thing with these flat heaters is they will jump on it. So if you want to save for yourself a little bit of cleanup, get yourself a piece of cardboard that fits on top. Then when they're doing their thing, and they will poop all over the place, the cardboard kind of saves you. You can just swap that out, throw it away, and put another piece of cardboard in. Just a little tip. Another fun thing you can do is give a little chick enrichment. We got some sticks. You know, they like to roost on those, so maybe put that on there. They can hop on there, have a little fun if they want. So you can get creative. Just make sure it's safe and that they're not going to get caught in anything. Now the fun part. You got your baby chicks. You've got your brooder set up. Our little girls here are about 3.5 weeks old. And we're just going to place them in and let them check out their new brooder. You can see these ladies are already starting to get a few of their feathers. And again, they grow up fast, and before you know it, they will be big, big girls. But you can see here, look at those feathers coming in. If you only get a day or 2 day old chicks, they are just going to be little fuzzballs. These guys already have a good start. Now at our farm, our hens are basically pets. They do provide eggs, but if you want them to be friendlier chickens, then you are going to want to be able to handle them, talk to them, play with them a little bit. They'll get used to people. When you do handle them though, just be really careful. You don't want them to drop. So if you have little people too, just have a controlled environment. But pretty soon they'll be getting used to you like nothing, and they'll be your little buddies even when they're full grown. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned a little something on what it takes to set up a successful brooder. I'll also have a link on a chicken coop and a chicken run that I built that is really a nice size and easy to do. I'll have a link in the description. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your chicken adventure. And be careful, they are the gateway drug. I've got sheep, goats, mini horses, llamas, alpacas, cooney pigs, all because it started with chickens.